Welcome back to another episode of Rusty Responds, where I finally stop ignoring all my fans and answer all of the questions that you've been dying to ask. And this is a very special hurricane edition. That's right, the massive F5 Hurricane Irma is coming straight for where I live in Florida. So it's quite possible that by the time that you watch this video, or shortly therefore after, I will be dead. And while most people are rushing to the grocery stores to stock up on food and water, I decided to take a different approach. And I bought a gun and a box of bullets, so when the shit hits the fan and supplies run out, I'll be prepared. But putting my inevitable death aside, let's get to some questions. So when did you have your first kiss? Geez, my first kiss? I remember it, but it was not a glorious, wonderful thing at all. It was pure awkwardness. I was a late bloomer whenever it came to women, so I think I was about 16 at the time, at a small party in my hometown. After a night of drinking with some guys and gals, it was starting to wind down and people were getting ready to go to sleep. So everyone set up their blankets and pillows around the living room of the party house. I had been trying my best to flirt with this girl from my high school, and I guess I had done a good job, unless it was the booze, because we found ourselves laying next to each other with the lights off. And as teens tend to do, getting a little bit handsy. This was my big moment, my first kiss. It was gonna be everything that I dreamed of, just like all the coming-of-age high school movies. But no, it wasn't pretty at all. Being sloppy and drunk as we were pretty much just mashing our faces into each other, teeth clanking, spit dribbling, and definitely not sexy at all. I think we both kinda knew that it wasn't working out, and so we just gave up and went to sleep. It was a big failure. I blew my one shot with this girl. But joke's on her, I guess, because years later she got arrested for solicitation of prostitution. So yeah, the first girl I ever kissed became a hooker. That's just the kind of power I have. Everything I touch either dies or becomes a prostitute. What do you think about the Donald Trump toilet paper? I guess in regards to the person that created the toilet paper, it was a really smart idea because I'm sure it made a ton of money. But as for the people who buy it and use it, I feel like the kind of person who would actually have so much disdain and bitterness for someone that they would buy toilet paper with their face on it just so they could wipe their ass with it and achieve a pathetic sense of victory. Well, that person just seems a little bit nutty. The person is nutty, not their shit. What is your honest opinion of the popular rap singers like Lil Pump, Lil Yachty, XXXTation, etc.? Well, I don't know who Lil Pump or Triple Extension Cord is, but I am familiar with Lil Yachty. And being honest, I don't really have any negative things to say about him. I mean, his music might be goofy and certainly untraditional, but it's well produced and undeniably catchy. So if people like it, good for him. He deserves his success. I know a lot of people like to talk shit about his music and say how much he sucks, but the fact that he was able to take some very experimental style of lyrics and turn it into $100 million, that's impressive to me. But I will say that his hairstyle is whack as fuck. What is the meaning of life? Simple: to survive and replicate. Don't die until you've created an offspring to take your place. All other meanings are just byproducts of those two things: survive and replicate. That's the meaning of life. Do you ever get recognized on the streets or in the shops or whatever? Do people walk up to you and go, "Hey, you're that YouTube musical cunt, aren't you?" Well, maybe not in those exact words, but yes, surprisingly for me, I do get recognized for YouTube. It's a little strange because it just started happening in my city where I live. I already know a ton of people who live here because of all the years I spent socializing at bars and venues. But in the past few months, I've started having people come up to me because they know me from the internet. And it's weird, because YouTube seems like a completely different reality than my actual life. Let's see, there was one time I was leaving a restaurant, and a father asked me if I was Rusty Cage. I confirmed that I was, and then his 12-year-old son came over and said he wanted a picture. Another time I was at a grocery store, and this girl behind me in the checkout line was breathing really heavy and muttering to herself, trying to draw attention to herself. It was pretty creepy, so I just pretended like I didn't notice her. But then as I was paying, she turns to me and says, "Do you get annoyed when people fangirl over you?" I said that had never happened to me, and she says, "Well, it's happening now." And that's when I got my bags and quickly left. And then there was this other time in a grocery store where I was in the wine aisle and a young nervous lad approached me for a picture. I said of course, but only if we took a picture together advertising my selected bottle of wine. It happened to me a few more times where I live, and a couple of times whenever I visit other cities. And let me tell you, it always takes me off guard. My first reaction is like, why the fuck is this random person trying to talk to me? But then of course they remind me that I make videos on the internet, which again, I keep forgetting is not independent from real life. Would you rather die on a drug or have sex with a female Grim Reaper? That's a tough one. On one hand, I would die, but on the other hand, I would have sex. Die on drugs or have sex. Die on drugs or have sex. Yeah, that's really a hard decision, but I think that I would fuck the female Grim Reaper and give her another bone to add to her skeleton. What are your thoughts on Jake Paul? I don't even know what to think about him. Half the time he seems like a generally nice guy who's just in the midst of fame and success. A young man who has the world in his hands and every eye on him waiting for him to make a mistake, which he does, but seems to not revel in his buffoonery. But on the other hand, he needs to chill the fuck out. All of his content is annoying to watch if you're over 10 years old, which is fine, I mean that's his audience. But also all the kids watching his videos are just gonna try and be just like Jake Paul. And an army full of 10 million Jake Pauls is enough to destroy the yin and yang of the universe. On top of that, what was that fucking shit he was trying to pull by having his assistant or some shit put bruised makeup on her neck and then make videos saying that another YouTuber, FaZe Banks, choked her in a club? False assault allegations are definitely not okay. And what a fucking moron to think that he could get away with it. I don't know the whole story on that one. All in all, he's just a young dude with a shitload of money and fame doing what rich people do. Whatever the fuck they want. Which apparently is being a fucking jackass to everyone around you for internet views. Will you ever start doing gun spinning tricks on YouTube? Yeah, probably not until I get a lot more practice. Do you like memes? What are your favorite memes? I'm kind of torn on this one, because I do like some memes, but I hate about 95% of memes. For every funny new meme that is shared, there are millions of people trying to kill that new meme by posting shitty, unfunny variations of it. I see on Facebook and Twitter all the time, it's the same people sharing the same meme 100 times until it's washed up and overused. You can't do this, people. You can't just overuse these memes or else they'll die quickly and the fun will be ruined for everyone. And it's because of this misuse of memetics that I proposed legislation to ensure a meme's longevity. In my proposal, individuals should be limited to posting one variation of a specific meme a week. And if an individual sees 3 or more of that same meme being posted within a select timeline, then they should take it upon themselves to refrain from posting that meme until a reasonable amount of time has passed. The responsibility of the reservation of memes falls on us all. As for my favorite meme, definitely the "We Are Number One" song. Robbie Rotten is the ultimate hero of the internet. Would you ever want to do a musical collaboration with Raygun? He has done a lot of political parody music as of late, but if you scroll down his channel, he has made some pretty awesome serious music. Yeah, for sure, I'd collaborate with Raygun if we ever got something going. I reached out to him a few months ago about collaborating on a project, but after a few back and forth emails, I stopped hearing from him altogether. So I guess that fell through. I don't know if he just lost interest in working with me or what. Probably seeing all the cancer on my channel at the time did it. But I'm a fan of his videos. He's got the whole Social Justice to Musical series, and I got a few political parody songs like Everyone I Don't Like Is Hitler. So I think we could definitely make a badass song together. But like I said, I don't think he much likes me very much. However, he is still subscribed to my channel for some reason. Whatever though, collaborating with other YouTubers is pretty difficult, because all of us are so busy on our own projects. What do you think about current YouTube updates? What do I think about them? I fucking hate them. They're killing YouTube. They've updated their acceptable content policy, which causes any videos that aren't made for babies to be flagged as controversial and either be taken down or not recommended to new viewers. They all but killed demonetization, so YouTubers don't even get paid for views anymore. And essentially, YouTube is making it now so that the subscriber system is obsolete. So having a ton of subscribers doesn't make any difference whenever half of your videos don't even show up in the viewer's subscription section. YouTube is moving in a direction that only favors big corporate sponsored channels rather than the average content creator. So it's getting harder to make a living as a YouTuber unless you're signed to Disney and have over 5 million subscribers. At some point, unless it improves, a lot of us creators are going to have to move to another platform. I don't know when, but it seems like it's coming soon. A lot of channels are already having all their videos mass demonetized by YouTube's automated flagging system. On my second channel, I have 3 videos demonetized because they aren't appropriate for all viewers. One of which is just 4 minutes of me eating a carrot. So yeah, YouTube is dying. And for now, a lot of YouTubers have to rely on supporters through Patreon to afford to keep making videos, myself included. So yeah, big thank you to everyone who donates to my channel on Patreon. It makes a huge difference keeping this channel alive. Do you sell merch? By the way, I'm a big fan of your channel. Yes, I sell merch. I have tons of t-shirts available at rustycage.spreadshirt.com. I sell stickers and CDs at rustycage.bandcamp.com. So check it out and don't forget to buy a t-shirt. Do you have any mental illnesses? I have anxiety disorder along with bipolar, and I was just wondering if you ever struggled with mental health before. I probably do, but I've never actually gone to a psychiatrist to get evaluated. I'm sure they'd tell me that I have OCD or that I'm a psychopath or some shit. But one thing that I've always suspected is that I'm dyslexic. Cause I'll be honest with you, I can read and all, but I read really slow and poorly. I mean, I can comprehend what I'm reading, but only if I read each line about 5 times. It takes me forever to finish a book, which is why I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I think I read about 1 book a year, but I listen to about 100 audiobooks a year. And well, listen, I've never really done sponsorship videos for companies, but I'm starting today because I truly love Audible.com. This is not bullshit. I really do spend most of my time listening to audiobooks. And Audible is the leading provider of audiobooks, with over 180,000 audiobooks to choose from. 180,000! That's an impossibly large number. And now finally, I've set up my affiliate account with them. So if you visit through my link, audibletrial.com/rusty, you'll get a free 30-day trial membership, plus a free audiobook of your choice. But you must visit through my link, audibletrial.com/rusty. I'm currently listening to The Psychopath Test by Jon Ronson, narrated by Jon Ronson. That's why I love audiobooks. I can listen to them while I'm doing other things and not have to be stuck staring at words all day. So again, for a free 30-day trial plus a free audiobook, visit audible.com/rusty. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed this episode of Rusty Responds. Be sure to hit like and subscribe for more exciting content to come. Well, maybe that is, unless I die in this F5 hurricane that's coming straight towards me this weekend. Also, I'm back on Twitter, so be sure to follow me at Rusty_Cage. If I survive, then I'll see you all soon. Stay tuned.